Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 3 of Darwell20's FTB Evolution Let's Play series. Between episodes, did a little bit of mining, did a little bit of ore processing, burned through that first hammer I used, so started using the hammer from the quest book that I got. Looks looking good. Making some osmium so I can make a slightly better sword than I currently have. Currently have a sword that does 6 damage, so might as well improve that by 50%. Should be cool. Does that count for my quest down here, or does this... You literally want me to make an iron sword, don't you? Quest book, please. That's all right. We will manage. Look, see, like I've already done you, I guess. And I've maybe done you. Didn't I get an ender pearl? I did get an ender pearl. Yeah, I did. Booyah. Gotta get some blazes. Also had to make a diamond pickaxe because that's required. Oh, and look at that as a neat reward. I got a diamond pickaxe as a reward. That's... I couldn't have picked a better reward. I don't know how to respond to that. Here I was lament, like I always, whenever I play, I try to find like a sneaky way to get obsidian and stuff so I can skip the diamond pickaxe, because rarely is a diamond pickaxe like worth it. Like I'd rather use my diamonds on something else and make like an osmium pickaxe, for example, right? Like, so I was annoyed going into this episode that like I had to make a diamond pickaxe for the quest, but I'm like, I'll make it, whatever. It's just 3 diamonds, I can afford it. And then, as a quest reward, diamond pickaxe. Okay, just so we're clear. Also, somehow a wandering trader was killed. Not sure how. Couldn't tell you what happened there. There's a bunch of rewards that I'll take a look at in a minute, but that's cool. Wild Hunt is a whole quest line around. I guess. Ooh. Resetting athletics, reset melee, reset ranged. Now this is what I'm talking about. Refund your skill points spent in athletics. That is cool. So I can remove all my athletics. Okay, that's neat. Speaking of melee, I can increase my melee damage, so that's cool. I got a point there. Defense, I have a couple points. So I can either improve my... I'm trying to figure out where the I guess this leads to here. These need arrows, or some indicator that like A leads to B. But my assumption here is I can't take some of these endgamey things, but I can definitely take +1 max health, and then I guess, does it matter which branch I go down? They look pretty mirrored to me. I guess it's either stamina or... Okay, yeah. So stamina. What's stamina? Is that like saturation? I don't know. I definitely got a little bit more health down there, so that's cool. I don't know what stamina gives me. Interesting. Yeah, I like the concept of this like whole thing, right? And then we get some like neat ranged upgrades. Very cool. Draw speed, significant ones, right? I've got 3 points in athletics now, so I can continue to improve my jump height. Or I like the idea of dodge chance. Like that I actually quite like. So I'm going to follow that. And then damage from falling, like, I always hate fall damage, so I love that there's a big reduction in that. And then improvements to sprint speed are also, you know, pretty cool. Grow in size. Do what now? I'm very confused on what that does. And then magic, I haven't done much with yet. Mining, though, I have +1 fortune over here. I can now get another +1 fortune over here. So that's cool. And I guess if I wanted to... you know, I could start down this path to get me to these fortunes, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. This just gives me mining speed while underwater, which I don't super hate, to be honest with you. This is a slightly shorter path, so I will probably take it, right? And now we're out of points for mining. But I did confirm that this fortune works, right? So, like, I don't know if it'll be super apparent in the next thing I mine, because it is a low level of fortune. But if I were to, for example, where was I demonstrating? I was testing this. I don't know if any of those are good ones. I don't know if Inferium is like redstone, where like by default it drops multiples, but lead's probably a good example, right? So that's 1 lead. That was 3 lead. And that was another 3 lead. So I've basically got innate fortune 2 because I've picked up those 2 skill points. And that's really kind of cool. I like that a lot. So, yeah, I'm down. Anyway, for today's episode, what I'd like to start working on is I think I'm going to like beeline for the Nether. I'd like to do two things. I'd like to be able to upgrade my goo to Nether tier goo, because that's where like a lot of the good abilities from Just Start things start to come out. And I don't want to waste my time building Ferrocore armor if I can beeline to the Nether, and I can, so I will. Then I want to look at getting like a decent power gen, and I want to beeline right into Applied Energistics or Refined Storage. I said I might do Refined Storage this time, and I think I'm gonna. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I think I can generally get into Refined Storage a little easier than Applied Energistics. So like, let's do that. Check it out as like an early game AE style system, and then if it turns out that it's gonna do the whole screeny thingy. Not the end of the world, I guess. And I could always just like adjust my FOV. I really need to find that setting in video settings where FOV doesn't get messed up. But what I should do is like I'll respec and try to avoid any movement speed boosts. But anyway, what was I saying? Something. I need lava. That's what I really need. So was there lava pools down here in this area? I forget. I'm not immediately seeing any, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist. I would expect to find some. But I'm ready to slash home because I know I'm going to be in trouble soon. So how much iron do I get from this vein? Nice. 11. And there were like 4 blocks of iron ore there. So native fortune is kind of cool. And I assume that that stacks with like actually having fortune on your tools. So that's kind of cool, right? And it doesn't even matter. Like I don't have fortune at all on my osmium pick, but I'm getting it. Oh my goodness, what is this thing? An end crystal? What in the world is this structure? Do I even want to know? Probably not. If I right click you, don't you? Animations, woo! Oh. So that's a thing that happened just now. That's a fascinating thing that just happened right now. Was there any lava nearby? You know what? There's some lava over here. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on the surface to get lava. I like that plan. So yeah, beeline to the Nether. Completely unarmored and unprotected. It'll probably be fine. Probably a smart idea to sleep through the night before I do that. So that's interesting. Infinity Cave mod. I assume that's like I assume that's something that is just unique to that mod, and it has a way to teleport you straight to the surface. That's kind of cool. So northwest of my current position, there should be a lava lake on the surface that I can go run towards as I escape that skeleton who's shooting at me, because aforementioned lack of armor. I'm thinking refined storage. I'm thinking maybe a nuclear reactor, because like I want to go pretty OP in this series. Like I really do. I want to like, you know, as much as I can, but also still have fun. Like you know, somebody's gonna say like, oh, you're playing with Create. Create's not OP. Like I want to have fun playing with Create because I have yet to experience Create. Right. So I want to do that. So yeah, that's absolutely a thing. So let's vein mine up a bunch. Hooray, I got 32 obsidian. Sweet. Maybe should have saved a little lava, but meh, it's fine. I'm about to go to the Nether. I ain't gonna be hurting for lava, right? That's supposed to be shapeless. Yeah, I should be mining with my diamond pick, right? Osmium apparently can't break obsidian, but I'm sure there was some way I could sneak my way into getting obsidian without wasting diamonds. It's always just a fun challenge for me to find a way to do that. So like, check this out. Here's a good example, right? Coal, 1, 3, 1. So fortune absolutely working. Very, very cool. Liking that mechanic a lot. Only because it leads to a very early game access to fortune, which I think is neat. Because, frankly, like, having to get fortune always just feels like, to me. Like, I just feel like that's effort. And, you know, like, I'm going to eventually get fortune, but I like being able to, like, at least have it relatively early and basically for free, right? Like, you know, basically for free. It's basically like, here's free fortune after you mine a little bit. I'm 100% cool with that. So let's go designate an obsidian point. Is it fair to assume that a flint and steel is just, you know, iron still? Yes. Cool. All right, so flint and steel good, obsidian good. We go to Nether now, and that should be fine. Let's go find a place to build a Nether portal. I usually like to put it away from my base so I don't hear the womp womp sound. Here should be sufficient for now. All right, into the Nether we go. Zero preparation, zero armor. Dyer's just going to do it and see how it works out. Not super worried because I can slash him, right? So I'd love to find some nether wart and some blaze rods just so I can tier up my just dire things goo. That would be cool by me. We'll see what happens. I'm not immediately seeing... I'm seeing a structure here, but this doesn't look like the type of structure that I'd be looking for. Like, that's not a thing. So, I mean, I can head in that direction just to see what I see, but I'm not expecting a lot. See? Told you there'd be plenty of lava, though, didn't I? Like I said, ready to slash home if things go sideways. Yeah, like, that's not the structure I'm looking for, but maybe it'll have blazes or nether warts in it, right? And that would be cool. So prepared for this, let me tell you guys. You have no idea how prepared I am for what I'm doing right now. Should grab quartz while I'm here, because if my top priority is refined storage, quartz is probably a smart move, right? We'll grab another, a little bit of netherrack as well. 2 stackish-ish. So what is this structure? Ah, iron spells and spellbooks. That's a boss. Like, not a boss, but like a fight. But, see? Found netherwort and infernal bulbs. So, totally worth checking this thing out. Even though it's not what I was looking for. I got what I wanted. So that's cool. What was the pressure plate? I don't know. There's another one here. Okay. So now I just need to find some blazes. Any blazes on the map? Because that might be an indication of a biome where blazes can spawn. Not immediately seeing one. That's a weird formation, right? Let's head off and kind of like the idea of heading to this direction-y. This looks like a cool direction to head. Just because it's a different biome. And maybe once we get closer, we'll see some blazes spawning in there. And then along the way, we'll try to avoid you guys who don't like me. But also quickly mine... I'm hoping that my, like, high jumping ability means it will be more difficult for them to follow me. We'll see. Not quite sure. Yes, piglins, I know. You're very grumpy that I'm here. Deal with it. And grab all the quartz you can, because I haven't tried refined storage beyond the spotlight I did for it, but if I recall, it's very quartz hungry. Probably not a bad idea to snag some soul sand while we're here either. You could always use a little soul sand. Yes. Crimson Forest Enderman. That does not sound like a smart play, right? That's not something I should mess with, but I'm gonna. I'm so much better than you, Enderman. All right, let me wander for just a few minutes. If anything interesting happens, I will come back. But just assume for the next few minutes, I will be wandering aimlessly in the Nether, harvesting whatever Nether quartz I come across. Maybe even stealing some gold because, like, why wouldn't I? And then we'll come back when and if I either give up on my hunt for a blaze or actually find one, and I will fight it on camera, get a blaze dust or two, and then be ready to do an upgraded goo. Cool? So, back in a few. So not for nothing, but there's this stuff here called cinder cane that I just discovered exists. And if you smoke it, it turns into blaze powder. So, that's cool. I wonder, like, do you have to grow on Crimson Nylon? Is that what's up, or... It's a thing, right? Crimson Nylon? Or does that just turn into netherrack? I don't know. Maybe it just turns into netherrack? It might. So can I just plant you on netherrack? Because if I can grow you in the overworld, that would be cool. No? Okay, so it needs to be... I think it's like cactus needing to be next to water? So if I put you here... Ha 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 ha. That's a thing. So that's a blaze farm, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's a blaze farm. I should be able to do that in the overworld, I assume. And if not, I'll just do it in the nether here. That works. So slash homing it up. What I should do is deposit some of this junk that I have. Clean up inventory. I may need to pop back into the nether quickly just to get, you know, stuff. Lava, I mean. What I wouldn't mind getting is a fluid canister. That just needs some... That needs glass, and I need sand for that. So, please and thank you. All the nether warts. Cool. And then we can do fluid canister. I can slash back, right? I can. And then I can be like, yoinks. And then I can home. Delightful. Now, question. Can I grow this stuff in ye old overworld? So the question will be, you can't grow unless there's lava next to you. But yes, that looks cool. And yes, flowing lava works. Just like flowing water works. And then I guess the final question then would be, does the hoe thingy work? Right? It's definitely like putting particles there. Whether or not it's going to actually grow. Oh my goodness, yes it does. That's all I wanted to know, is does it grow in the overworld? Because it could have a thing that says, like, I only grow in the nether. It does not have that thing. That makes for a happy dyer. Because that means all the blaze I want. So now I just need a smoker, and we can smoke this into stuff. So how do you make a smoker? Because, like, things I never make. We need any logs and a furnace. So that's doable. Right? Smoker, smoker, smoker. And we could throw a smoking upgrade into this dude, but I don't think that that's... Well, let's just see if it's a... How hard is a smoking augment? I mean... And then we just swap it in and out as needed. And then what do we say? Tough, right? That's the one that's already dictionaried? Yeah. And suddenly, we have a smoker, which is kind of cool. And that will make me blaze, which means I can take you and upgrade you. Okay. So for you, I'm going to need redstone, blaze, and netherwort, which is no big deal. I'm going to want 3 netherwort because that's what I'm going to feed it to make it all worky. In total, I need 4 blaze powder. Good to know. It's a little slow, but I mean, we'll get there in the end. We can at least do 2 at a time. And I could get a augment speed. That looks very doable. Cool. And cool. Right? Awesome. And then I can take my gold, of which, you know, I have some. Not a ton, but I have some. You know, that's probably not a bad start. And let that do its thing. So are you, like, fading incorrectly in this pack? The first one fades incorrectly, the rest just pop in. I gotta figure out if that's a bug on my side or if there's some mod breaking that. It's on my to-do list, which is a mile long. So let's hand in all these quests while we're waiting for that to grow, because I assume there's many. So useful tips and items. Yep, to work. Getting started. I went to the Nether. I will get... I always don't know what to pick here. Adventurer box. Sure. What in blazes? I did not get a blaze rod, but that depends on ender pearls, which is not complete because I need to make an iron sword and a bow. So I have to waste 2 iron to get this quest line unlocked. Bom, 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 bom. Ooh, box of flawed gems. Oh, flawed gem of incandescent inferno. That's cool. These things are cool. Let's also get some of you, because I'm going to need ferrocore for upgrades. Now, I won't be able to put this in here until I take the smoking upgrade out, but I'm okay with that. Right, we'll just insert that upgrade when the need arises. Cool. Alright, so you guys do your thing. Any other quests that it would be cool to hand in at this point? I got you. Which is a nice kind of foodie thingy. I'll just put away for now, because I'm working on my Uber ham. Right? Oh my goodness, all the things. Netherwort, yes. Blaze powder, yes. One of the first things I need to get, storage for my experience. From Just Dire Things. There it is. Experience holder needs an ender pearl and an emerald, but I think I've got one of each. Yeah, you do that. And a couple of books, you say. Books I could probably manage. Only because this way, if I die, I don't lose my 22 levels, which, in my opinion, is kind of like a thing I like to prioritize doing. Only because experience, especially early game, can be really useful when you want to do stuff like, you know. So let's get you. Let's get you. Clearly somebody needs more fuel. I guess speaking of, I want that many. Okay. That's cool. And then I can use you to get boots. Is that really all I got? I didn't get enough to do, like, you know, stuff. Well, that's interesting. This item has an unknown power. Press Control T and activate World T Haven to unlock. Oh. Interesting. I don't remember this being a thing, so let's check it out. I do remember world tiers being a thing. It's progression for apotheosis. Unlocking and activating new world tiers will raise your difficulty of the game, but also increase the quality of loot that you find in the world. However, a world tier I kind of see what it gets. So like Haven, I guess, is the first one. Okay. Yep. So there's the name, there's the difficulty, detailed info, and activating. Cool. So Haven is now activated, right? We can switch to Frontier, but in order to do that, we have to equip common tier of every gear. Okay, that's neat. So I'm guessing this was giving me max health. Yes. That does not surprise me because when I took it off, I lost max health. I will save that and potentially do something cool with it later. Now I will make one more of you, only because I would like to have leggings as well. So that'll get me the leggings that I need. Cool. Come on, everybody, grow. That should be fine. And then you. All right, so I've got you done. I've got you done. I was gonna look into this because that looks like a neat way to maybe convert coal to the other thing. From that coal dowsing rod thing. We also wanted to start a basic Ars Nouveau today, so we could get this going. It's an enchanting recipe though. It does not, however, require source. It looks like. So that should be doable. I will need some more gold, which I just spent all my gold making gear. So it's, you know. Shh. You saw nothing. Let's go through the list of just dire things. Upgrades I would like, though. So I definitely want the run speed stuff, right? Because that's what I like. Lawnmower. Might want lawnmower because that would be cool. Tree feller would be cool, too, at some point. Leaf breaker. So run speed, walk speed, step assist. Those are going to be big ones. Jump boost, yes, but maybe not super important. Mind fog and invulnerability would also be nice. Smoker hammer, cauterize wounds, no. Swim speed, maybe. I forget if that goes on tier, which tier that goes on. Extinguish can go on here, right? Yeah, extinguish would be cool to have too. Stupefy might also be nice to have, but I don't know if those are as important or priority as the movement speed buffs. Because movement speed buffs, you know me, big fan. And then I can also make a blaze jet wand now because I was lucky enough to get 4. So that's cool too. So this gets me around the world easier. Loving that. Now we can make some of our upgrades that we want. Let's get this many. And I'm curious if the Just Dire Things quest line is going to like give me rewards for any of this, right? See, I need to unlock everything by doing that. Oh look, I get extra ferrocore. Yay! and I got my experience holder. Random box of storage parts. Sure. And look, extra blaze as well. That's cool. And look, I get extra blank upgrades. And I get... I'm gonna go... I don't know. Tech parts? Sure. Oh my goodness. Storage parts. Adventurer box. I just want to see, like, what kind of things I get from this. So just picking random ones. So that is most of what we were looking for Just Dire things. Cool. Yeah, buddy. I like. Sweet. Okay, let's put away all that experience I just got. And then I got the guide for Just Dire's thing. Don't have to read it, because I wrote it. Any good loots here? Ooh, a mega torch. Ooh, a void upgrade. Ooh, a building gadget. Hooray. I'll take that. That was going to be on my to-do list anyway, so... You know. I got to get a backpack to store stuff like that in. That's probably, like, one of my very immediate tasks in the future. Like, maybe right now. Only because I can take a momentary break to do that. Am I missing anything for a backpack? One more leather. I hear all you monsters out there. I acknowledge the fact that you exist. I'll even take a nap, hopefully that you sleep. Okay, so apparently there's, it's not dark enough. Alright, so you do that. So we get a few extra of those. Got a bunch of upgrades, which is nice. What I'm going to need to get is potatoes, carrots, and sugarcane. So at the very least, and this is like priority 1 because of my jump problems. I mean, I guess hesitate to call them problems, but... Okay, let's do the step assist, because that'll be very nice. Right? And then we're going to want a smithing table, which I think is 2 iron. Yeah. Bop-a-da-bop. I'm going to put you there, Mr. Smithing Table. And then I can put step assist on my thing. Awesome. Okay. And then you can go on my back. Does B open the backpack? It does. And without too much fussing either. Cool. Alright, I'm going to trash you. Now the only thing I need to do is find some potatoes. Speaking of the zombie I just listened to die. I would love to find... Let's see what this is. Is this the type of place that's going to have potatoes? Remember, no fall damage. Oh boy. These guys hurt. I'm just saying. Ouch. If I wait for them to jump at me, I can hit them when they're jumping. Ha! And I get a lot of infinite ham use because of this. Ha ha ha! Dire wins. Any potatoes by chance? Zombie flesh and cobwebs. Some other neat stuff that I maybe don't necessarily care too much about. Hunter belt, huh? What's that do? I think that increases the maximum number of amulet slots by 1, increases the damage dealt by the wearer's pet. May not really have pets at the moment, but I guess it couldn't hurt to take. I really wanted potatoes. That's what I came here for. That said, I will take a little extra sugar cane, and wheat maybe would not be terrible. Poker, huh? That I will also take. Happily. Happily take that. Anything else cool here? Some arrows, a goat horn. Emerald I will take. Ah! Who's hitting me? Don't you guys despawn after a minute or two? Thought that was the deal. Just want a potato. Is that so much to ask? We'll take pumpkins, though. I feel like this episode's running long. I feel like you guys probably don't care. Or at least won't complain. Ah, got him. Okay. Any potatoes? Last chance. Friends. You go away. I just want to put stuff away for a minute, just so I can have more inventory space. Just here for potatoes. Don't mind me. There might be potatoes here. Ooh, roller skates. Those are cool, right? I remember those being cool. Oh, hello. Ooh. Fancy sword. Alright. I think we're at wrapping up point. Let me double check, though. Yes, my internal clock was correct on that front. So I'll look around for potatoes. I can, you know, explore a little bit easier now because of this. Like, there might be potatoes up here. I don't know what this is necessarily, but I'll check it out. And if it's really exciting, I'll show it to you on camera. Like, oh, that's cool. There's like a little house in here. Oh, look at that. You have like little dripstones. Like a little trap house. Cool. I mean, yes, I'm at the stage where I'm collecting iron from chests. That's the point of the game on that. Maybe not iron nuggets, but iron, yes. I hear a bad dude. Alright, so we'll wrap up here. We'll come back next episode. Neat. And see what we can see. For now, don't want to sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Gonna deposit all my junk back home. Oh, not you. And, yeah. For now, take it easy.